John, I think when it comes to health, having peace of mind is so much of the equation. And when it comes to serious conditions like cancer or heart disease, we know that if these are caught early, you have much better chances of survival. And our next guest is here to put the power of the information into your hands.
Absolutely. Here to kind of let us know what we should be looking into when it comes to our health is Dr. John Pierce. He's the medical director with Preventative Diagnostic Center. It's great having you, my friend. How are you?
I'm excellent. How are you guys today?
Doing very well.
Good.
Let's talk. You're offering something that this isn't just a service like, oh, okay, that's what it looks like. This is literally a life-saving situation where you could take a look and catch stuff that might not be caught for months, if not years to come.
Well, absolutely. I mean, and we've done so. The technology we have is very unique. We have the only scanner made by Siemens, the Somaton Go All, in pretty much the Western United States, outside of one more, to my knowledge, in Palo Alto. This scan kind of calculates the precise amount of radiation it's giving to each individual. So it's very unique per individual patient. And we're getting such detailed images that we can detect things down to the size of a grain of rice. And, the systems that we're looking at are pretty much everything between the neck and the groin. So that's all of our vital organs, for the most part, outside of the brain.
Yeah. Wow.
And the convenience is you don't have to, go to your general doctor, get a referral, go to another doctor, a specialist, get an order for a test. You're inviting people to come right into your location and order this test themselves, which is awesome. I, in fact, did the scan, as Sean knows. I can tell you that my time in the room itself was less than 15 minutes. You had a great tech who walked me through everything. And I think a lot of people are probably wondering, geez, I am claustrophobic. I don't want to go into one of these, mummy-like tombs to get a scan. That, in fact, is not what it's like. So what else do you tell people beforehand?
Well, I mean, firsthand experience, the whole scan took 20, 30 seconds, right?
Yep, super
So,
quick.
and yeah, there's a donut. It's not a tunnel. It's a little donut. You're in and out. Your head is never enclosed in a space. And again, 20, 30 seconds, we can all hold our breath that long. So in and out, getting great results. And to your point, people are able to take control of their own health. As a physician, there's only so much we can do. There's only so many labs we can order. Insurance companies aren't going to pay for every single lab test. If you're going to pay out of pocket, you'd almost go broke to try to find every potential little lab test. So, people have developed panels to give you a good overall wellness, but we're able to get inside with the technology and see things that wouldn't even register as an abnormality in a lab. Yeah. So like was you said, Sean, we're going to see things weeks to potentially years earlier than they would actually present signs and symptoms, and be able to be ahead of the game. I've made a handful of phone calls when I told somebody, listen, this is what we found. You feel great. And they're like, I feel amazing. I'm like, this is why you have to get on it immediately.
Yeah. Well, one of the big ones is heart disease. I mean, this is the number one killer in America. They call it the silent killer. You don't really know it's going to be an issue until it's a really serious issue. You end up having a heart attack or a stroke. This scan can catch the early markers of that.
Well, for example, I had a patient, he did a coronary artery scan and his score was very high. So I called him and I was talking to him about it, and he was kind of hesitant on going to the cardiologist. And I kind of made a strong case. So he listened, and he actually went to a friend of mine. And my friend texted me afterwards. He goes, oh my God, he had an 80% blockage of the LAD and 90% blockage of the right coronary artery. Yeah. He was basically, you saved his life. He was sitting on a ticking time bomb. Wow. Well, I didn't save his life. The cardiologist saved his life because he's the one who put the stent in. Yeah. But we gave him that information. And fortunately, he did listen and go to the cardiologist and have a very positive outcome.
Wow, that's amazing. Congrats on that success, because you made a huge difference, not only in his life, but the lives of his whole family. It's huge. And, if you've had someone in your family who has had a heart attack or a stroke, I'm sure that one of the first things you think of is, God, if I could just go back in time. So even though we're all a little bit afraid of getting these scans, gosh, just face it. And we let nice people like you can help us through the process, doctor, because you, in fact, are the person who reads the scans,
No,
aren't you?
no. We have a board certified radiologist that does that. So that's not my forte. They
Ah,
hear from me when the scan comes back if there's an abnormality. And so we've done enough of these. So when they get a phone call and they hear my voice, I say, "How are you doing?" And a lot of patients go, "I was doing great until you called."
I get that too, but they just don't like me.
you're not a doctor, so that's kind of weird.
I try to always set their mind at ease. In 99.9% of the cases, it's like, listen, there's nothing emergent, but I want you to know here's what we found, and I want you to follow up with this
Yeah.
because we don't want this to become a problem. So if you did the scan to be proactive, preventative, and that's what we found. So let's continue on that path for
No
sure.
question.
Awesome.
You have a
So
special
between you-
offer right now. Let's talk about this. A heart scan and a calcium score. What will we find here?
Well, that's the $125 for that heart and calcium score. And that's kind of alluded to the patient I was talking about before. So we found that real high calcium score, which later led to the finding of those major arterial or coronary artery blockages.
Yeah. Wow. 125 will save you a lot of money in the long run. if
Wow,
was
that
the
is
case.
really affordable. Doctor, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Listen, that's normally $599, by the way. Now only $125
Shoosh.
for the heart scan and calcium score. You got to call now, though. Number's right there on your screen. So is the website. And Preventative Diagnostic Center right there in South Tenay Way, right off the 215. Preventative Diagnostic Center, a proud sponsor of the Morning Blend.